This is a 2020 Taylor 224ce-K DLX. So what that means is it is a 200 series Taylor, which the 1 and 200 series are made in Mexico. The 300 and above are made in the US. And the 200 series, so this is solid Hawaiian koa on the top, and it's Hawaiian koa on the back and sides as well, but it's layered. So the lower end models for Taylor, you get like the layered koa on the back and sides, or whatever material they're using. In this case, koa, and then the top is solid. On the higher end series, you get solid all the way through. So what that does is it saves you a bunch of money without sacrificing too much sound, and it's really pretty. These are gorgeous guitars, I think. And so these run about $2,000 brand new. This particular one is from 2020, but it was hardly ever played. It. A guy who was an electric guitar player owned it and just never really played it, so I did a trade with him for it. Anyway, these are really great guitars. I think they have a nice kind of thumpy sound to them when you're strumming, and still some crisp highs. They're not annoyingly high like some Taylors can get, depending on if you're a fan of Taylor's sound or not. Some people don't like the sound of Taylor, some people love them. I think a lot more people would like them if they didn't know it was a Taylor. For some reason, some people, especially like if they are Martin or guitar players who are just like, this is the guitar, this is the brand I like. When they know it's a Taylor, you know, it has its own sound. So I don't know. I think if people were blindfolded and they heard a guitar like this, they'd be like, that's a great sounding guitar. And if it was a Martin or whatever, they'd be like, this is amazing. But then when they see it's a Taylor, they are like, oh, no, I don't like Taylor for whatever reason. But some people love Taylors. As far as playability, I think Taylors are the best as far as just being easy to play. And this one has great action. It's a little bit, it's set up more so you can do bluegrass, but you can change that easily to lower it down. It's not very high, but it's just sometimes you can get them set up to where they're right against the, you know, the really low action that are better for just finger picking or whatever, not as good for if you're strumming hard. This one's set up to where you can strum hard or you can finger pick, and it still sounds good. But this one also has the Taylor ES2 expression system, which you adjust up here. I'm not going to go into too much detail because everyone can look that up if they like. One thing people don't understand about the expression systems, there's a couple cool features of them. One, there's a phase switch inside here, so if you're getting some humming or whatever when you plug in, you can flip that and kind of like a ground lift, see if that helps. And also there's 3 little deals here that you can actually adjust. So if you're getting way too much treble or too much bass or whatever, you can adjust these to get more or less of each sound, so it's kind of neat. This one I am selling because that's what I do with the guitars I own. I sell them. So I have it listed for $1,400, which I think is pretty good for the condition. There's not really anything to speak of wrong with it. I don't see any dings or dents or anything. But generally speaking, if you're just interested in the 224ce-K DLX, I think these are the best, one of the best bang for your bucks you can get. I think they're gorgeous looking, for one. I mean, it's just a really, really pretty guitar. The koa is one of my favorite tone woods because it takes a little bit to break in, but after it does, it's just amazing sounding. It has that nice, that thump to it that some of the others don't have. One of my favorite guitars that I've ever had was a Taylor 724, and it was just really surprising how good it sounded. 724 would be the same size as this, just like the higher end version, essentially. Just had a really great thump to it. Sounded good whether you're kind of playing blues stuff or just strumming hard or palm muting, whatever. But these ones you can pick up for around $1,400 used, or if you wanted a brand new one, $2,000. I think you'd be hard pressed to get a better guitar for that amount of money. And it already has the pickup built into it. So this guitar is great for if you're ready for a professional level instrument. You want to upgrade from like your $500 guitar, and you want something that can go on stage. You can gig with it, and that could just be like your main guitar, or it could be for someone who wants a guitar that they could do all those things with. Maybe they have a really nice guitar that they don't actually want to take out and about because they're afraid of it getting beat up. This one could kind of be for either guitar player, someone who's starting out, getting better. They want a professional level instrument, but they don't want to pay $3 or $4 or $5 grand for one. This will suit you just fine. Or for someone who wants one that they can take out to gigs and stuff and not worry if it gets beat up a little bit, because you're not breaking the bank. You know, $1,400 for a guitar like this, I think is pretty good. Or you could buy, you know, a brand new one for $2,000. So anyway, I'll play some tunes on it, and you guys can hear how it sounds. Yeah, I don't know if I have a lot of other information that's just not widely available on any Taylor guitar. It's always hard to know with these kind of things if I should tell about what makes up the different things, or people can get that all over YouTube. So if you just want to hear how it sounds, sorry I'm blabbering, but if you kind of want to know about these guitars and like what makes them different from other Taylor guitars, because there's all these numbers and you might not know what it means. So I don't know. I don't know whether it's best to tell you all about that stuff, but I'll just quickly say the 4 on the 224 means it's the grand auditorium size. If it had a 2 at the end, that would be grand concert size. So like my main guitar when I was in high school was a 412, so just a little bit smaller than this. So the grand auditorium is the 4 series size, where the number that ends in a 4, not starts with a 4. So the 200 means that's the level. There's 200, 300, 400, 500, all the way on up through 900. And the 4 in here, the 224, the 4 is the body size. So this is a grand auditorium size, a little bit bigger than the grand concert size. Gives you a little more bass, a little more thump. Not too big. So very comfortable to play. It's got the Venetian cutaway so you can get on up the neck, and I'll just kind of give you some sounds from it. One thing also that's good with Taylors is they tend to have really good intonation, so you can put a capo on and not really worry about having to retune too much. So I don't know. There's some sounds for it. Believe it or not, I don't put a whole lot of thought before pushing record on what I'm going to play. So I haven't played that song in a couple of years. I was just like, we haven't practiced this at all, so let's do this for the recording. So I don't know. Anyway. So there you have it, more or less. It's, I think, man, really great guitar for the money. If you have the money and you want to go like with a nicer, like the 700 series or whatever, I think you'll be very happy. I think side by side, there's, excuse me, not a huge difference in sound. So if you just want the best bang for your buck, man, these are awesome. Sorry. Yeah, the only negative, if you can call it that, the 200 series are made in Mexico, in their factory in Mexico instead of California, which it's actually only, I believe it's only like a few miles apart, different, maybe like more than that, but not real, you know, I think it's actually pretty similar quality. You're paying a little more for the higher end because they're made in the US, and I guess rightfully so. Anyway, as far as just bang for your buck, these are awesome, and I love the koa, the coloring on it, the figurine, just beautiful, just really, really gorgeous guitar. Hard to get pictures of it, it's so shiny that you can just see everything in the background. So don't mind the toys or mess. Don't worry about all that. But as far as just looking at and playing, these are great guitars. So anyway, Taylor 224ce-K Deluxe. Thank you.